What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all. Hey. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm coming to y'all with a 3D live reaction video. So, guys, let me know if you guys like these types of videos in the comments. We are going to be watching different things. So, definitely, guys, make sure you are commenting. Make sure you're liking the live. Make sure that you like the video as well. It helps me out. It puts me in the algorithm, guys. Make sure you share the video. And I definitely want to hear from you in the comments, okay? So, guys, we're going to get into this video. As you can see by the thumbnail, a lot of people are talking about what's going on with Twitch and his wife. If you don't know, she came out with the People's interview and she kind of said some things in there that have a lot of people rubbed the wrong way. So, guys, I got to thinking, and I watch Miss Bella Salone. Shout out to Miss Bella. She's a nonsense. She's no nonsense type of woman, and I absolutely love it. But she definitely comes out with readings that a lot of the times they are true. And everything that I'm saying is allegedly. We're just reacting to the things that other people have said. So this is again and of course, we're using all of this under copyrights 107 and Fair Use Act. Okay. So, guys, we're going to listen to the last part of Miss Bella Salone's video. She's explaining um, how she's channeling Twitch, and this is what he is saying to her about and the things that she feels like was what happened to him. And she's also talking about the wife as well. So, guys, just listen to this. And again, we're gonna pause on a certain, you know how we do over here, guys. But make sure you're liking the video, and if you are not subscribed, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button, friend. Okay. All right. So here we go, guys.
His death, something to do with the computer, the information, the tapes, the recorded information. So I don't know if I'm talking voice or tape or both. I feel like I'm talking both. This man had just like so much information against this particular person. Now, how did she find out? Double double person, turncoat, double person, double agent. That's what I'm trying to say. Double agent. There's men involved in this. There's a bunch of people involved in this. So there was a whole group of people. Targeted individual. I was targeted. I was targeted because I was close to these people, because I was trusted by these people who immediately picked up. And by the way, when we're talking about the targeted individual, we're talking behind the scenes, not like necessarily like, somebody stalking you going down the street. This is on an energetic level. He's saying they literally could spy on me at any time and day. That is why I went away from my home to meet them. This is why, because whoever this man is that met him in the hotel is somebody that's been to his house in front of his family. So this is somebody that's known, and they couldn't have the kind of conversation that this man needed to have with him in order to find out information. And it's
Okay, and so she's explaining, I guess the beginning part of it. So, guys, just wanted to kind of give you that little.
really weird because this man who encouraged him to get information, like wear a wire, take pictures, ask stupid questions, whatever it was, this man is the double agent. So he uses his sex in both directions. He uses his friendliness in both directions. He targets, he zeroes in, he gets what he needs, and then he turncoats it on both sides. Okay, so this is a flipping of energy. And it's really interesting because they wanted to know who knew what this guy knew, Steven, who knew what he knew. He definitely was aware of the occult. He was aware of the undercurrent. I don't want anyone to touch my wife or kids. I want no one to go near my wife or kids. That's why she panicked. She absolutely knew that this was going down, but didn't quite understand exactly why this would be going down, and knows that this was not her husband's actions of his self, of his own actions. This is not what he did. That's why she went to the police station. She was given the information that she could go. She had a very bad feeling, and she kind of was given the information. I can now go to the police station to let them know to find him. And she was hoping that they wouldn't find him the way that they found him.
Mm.
But it's interesting because he went there to keep people away from her. And the way that she talks after he dies is to protect their children, because they threatened his wife and children. They threatened his family. They threatened everything about him. I did not think they would do this to me. They literally stuffed a sock down his throat and shut him up, and then got the information they needed. They did something with a computer and or electronics where there were information, and it was completely left pristine and untouched, but it's too pristine. So somebody should check that, okay? Secondly,
Mm.
I was dead about 4 hours before they found me. So I actually feel he died early on the morning that he was supposed to check out. Maybe 4 hours before checkout, and I don't even know when checkout is. It's different everywhere. But there was an issue with this. He was fucking targeted, okay? Targeted. There's several
Mm.
people doing the same thing that he was doing who were trying to make things right by taking the action that they felt would be in the best interest of saving other people or saving other energies from what they were going through. And and there's some kind of fraud against his name and against his person and against his property. Somebody committed some kind of fraud or took paperwork and switched signatures, which they had him do
Mm.
on the day he died. So don't think for 1 minute that he was some kind of fucking asshole who didn't take care of his family. I am being told that he actually did have a will, but that was taken. Okay, so I feel like he had a
Mm.
will. I feel like he always had a will.
Okay, so we're gonna stop right there. That's kind of now we just putting two and two together over here. We are not, again, everything is alleged, right? Okay, stick with. So it's mighty funny now that she coming out with these interviews that she getting paid for. You see what I'm saying? She is getting paid for these interviews. And was it something said that he didn't have any money left or something like that? So I'm not for sure. I'm just saying. Y'all, talk amongst yourself in the chat. I'm just trying to see. But yeah, just listen to that part. Okay, hold on.
I feel like he knew this was going to happen. And let me see, I go back to 2017, 2018. That's when things started to get bad for him. That's when things started to happen. That's when they started to target him. And they started to target him because they could see that there were certain things that were not going to be okay with him. There were certain things on an ethical level that were not okay with him. So they started to target him. And it was a trick. It was you do this for us, we do this for you. And then they ambushed him. They literally sideswiped him and ambushed him. So I'm
Mm.
feeling like this was someone else's hand that took him off the planet. This was somebody else's doing. I do feel that the letter he wrote, was forced. This is not a letter he wrote. I don't even write letters like that. I don't even do that. So if he were going to remove himself from the planet, he was not going to do that. And let me preface it with this. He talks a lot about things he saw, things he did energetically, rituals he performed in, meaning energy rituals, pulling energies in or heightening energies around what he was doing, which was neither here nor there. It's kind of like incantations type of things. Nobody's getting hurt, that kind of thing. He is talking about he did not have the urge to take his own life. But if you understand the energy of that, his energy was very vulnerable and very open at the same time. So you could conceivably say he had a deep well of personality because he opened that energy in such a way that you could feel just the tide of energy. but there was a sock stuffed in his mouth. He
Mm.
was threatened. The note was written in his own handwork while he was being threatened. His family was threatened. His wife was threatened. His kids were threatened. All of them. And he pleaded with them. And this is not the way. The note was forced written. So if you have a gun pointed at someone's head and you tell them to write, Little Red Riding Hood on a piece of paper for whatever reason, they're going to do it because you still believe you might be able to get yourself out of that situation. I feel like that's the way he was thinking. I feel like that's the way he was thinking. He said they were so smooth, and such a betrayal and such a backstabbing and I feel like he was just about to go into another business deal. This was with the wife, another business deal. Okay, this was something he was getting ready to do. And he was going to do an about turn in his own way in a completely different direction. And the problem with it is I feel like the wife had tea or went to the gym or coffee or whatever people do, got her nails done, and was talking to said female friend who was really a spy, meaning she parroted the information over here. So I feel he had to leave his house to sign paperwork, to get stuff completed, and to hand over tapes about, oh, did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
To hand over tapes, okay? Tapes.
Let me tell y'all something. What I've noticed about Bella, because I've watched her a few times, when she done certain people, she did Kim Porter and a lot of stuff that she said about Kim Porter. And Kim Porter said, Kim Porter said it was going. It's happening now. You need to go to her page. Go to her YouTube. I'm gonna put this video in the description because we're only doing like half of the reaction. But when I tell you, Quintetta and Miss B, they be on point with it. They be on point with it. I'm just gonna say that. Now, listen. I'm just saying she said something there. She said something there. So we're gonna push play, but stick with me.
Videos, information, whatever, documentation, surveillance.
You see how it does for every video that I feel like she be telling the truth on, her camera always does that. It's it's like the I don't know. You know. I'm just saying, look, listen.
This is going crazy. Surveillance. I know people think I'm crazy when I say they can't. Okay, that I'm not even moving. I'm sitting still. Okay, so he was tricked. He was tricked. He was asked to gather intelligence information, all of this stuff against somebody higher up in Hollywood, somebody he was around, somebody he had access to. And as a result of that, he was thrown, turncoated, and targeted. He keeps talking about being a targeted individual. That is kind of how he ended up in entertainment to begin with. So there's a
Mm,
whole play going on here, but they won't find it out. I believe his
okay.
wife knows deep down or feels it. And there's nothing he was ever going to do to harm his family, ever. He would not take his life because he knew that would terrorize his children. Talks about his oldest daughter, okay, so the oldest child. Now, I feel
Listen,
like this
y'all.
child isn't his bio child. I'm
Okay.
not sure if that's the one. I know one of them wasn't. But I feel like the oldest one is not his biological child. But she is being groomed like he was groomed. So we need to keep an eye on that child, is what he's kind of making me
Did-
feel like.
Okay, so did y'all hear what she just said? Y'all ain't catch that. I don't think y'all caught that in the chat. Now y'all know the baby, the oldest one, is not and she is starting to uh she's starting to act like her mom. She's starting to you see what I'm saying? She in that video when she was explaining what was going on, she sounded a lot like her mom, like she was groomed to give that excuse. I'm just saying.
The wife is still in shock. She's in fucking shock because I mean she would be anyway, regardless of how he passed because he's the father of her kids and her husband, but she's in shock because wasn't.
The reading was actually a year ago. This was a year, probably like a year and a couple of months ago. This was this was after he passed, a year after he passed, because he has passed like it's been like 2.5 years, I think, 2 years. But yes, so this was recorded a year and about a couple of months ago. Okay, so this is yeah. I'm I'm just saying.
Supposed to happen wasn't actually his time. He was forced, terrified, forced. And I believe, now this is just what I'm feeling, I actually believe that they archived his passing. This is something that's floating around town. People know how this man died. It was archived, which to me means photographed, whatever, streamed. I don't know, but it was archived. This is not what it appears to be. And they know it. Okay. They know it. First of all,
Mm,
first of all, first of all, when you look at an autopsy picture or anyone's autopsy pictures and there's weapons used and bullet holes and things like that, they kind of can tell from where the gun went, and they can even force people to hold things. And so we have to be really sure before we use the wording took his own life, because it is now, and here's another thing, it is now getting like the mafia where there's gangland killings, but it's not like gangbangers. It's these people in higher positions. They are being taken down. He was a stepping stone to get where they needed to go. And because he figured out something, they took him out. They took paperwork, they made his signature, they forged shit, they ripped up a will. He did have a will. They took ownership of.
I'm gonna say this. If you listen to what she said before, daughter, if you listen to what she said before, she knew, didn't want to know. She was dealing with her own, um, and it's then come out allegedly that she has her own issues, as far as with addiction. It might be alcohol, or that's what was said, and this is all allegedly. So I'm saying that, not saying that she knew what was going on, because see, a lot of people think that she knew what was going on. It was obviously somebody close to them. I'm just gonna say it might have been somebody that knew both of them. That was, you see what I'm saying? You got to go back and um, listen to her whole thing. Yeah, I, the report allegedly. Yes, everything is allegedly over here. What Tasha K say? Everything is allegedly over here. Even my name. Even my name. So if you when you go back and look at the whole video, daughter, go back and look at the whole video from the beginning, and you'll hear how she sounded. She said in the beginning that the wife not innocent. The wife knew, but she didn't knew some stuff was going on. She just was, trying to play blind to it, and maybe was, sipping, to get through it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I,
Part of his money, saying that he signed this back there, but he didn't. He probably signed it on the day he died just because they sat there with a gun to his head. And he begged for his life at the end. Okay, so there's asking to remain with his family and his kids. And um
Hey, Miss Joyce.
his
Hey,
voice
Miss
isn't being heard.
Joyce.
No one's talking right. There are people that are speaking right, but they're from his family before he got married. So there's people in his family background back home, raised him as a kid, that know that he did not do this. He's saying there are people that do this, but this was not his case, and he wasn't depressed like that. They wanted people to think he was. He didn't have a problem with who he was or what he was doing. He didn't have a problem with this. This was not something that bothered him, but he was getting ready to retire from the work that he was in, but somebody owned him. I was a bitch. Somebody owned, I was.
Listen, I'm gonna be Stormy, you on to listen. And now I'm just you might be on to something. All I'm saying is read Stormy. I can't put your thing up here. I wish I could because I ain't on StreamYard. But read Stormy. And I'm just saying. You said Joyce, what you say? I believe his wife and Ellen had something to do allegedly. I think she did know. I don't think she knew exactly what was going to happen. I think she thought that they was just going to, shake them up a little bit, get them together and stuff. And I know I'm gonna hear it. And yeah, that didn't happen. But yes, we finna finish it up real quick, guys, cause I do have to go. We got about how many more minutes we got? Okay, we got about 4 more minutes on it, and we're going to listen to it to the end. I do advise everybody to go and watch the whole video. This is like the last 18 minutes of it. So definitely shout out to Miss Bella Sloan. And we are going to talk about this topic now. I know, 92% we ain't supposed to be saying nothing. We just, it's a hot topic right now. So we're gonna talk about it, right? Okay, guys, if you can, please make sure you like the live. Definitely send a super chat, support the channel. We are back monetized. Thank you, Jesus. Ain't God good? Well, give him some glory right now. Where's the claps? Come on, give him some. How what? Give him some glory right now, won't ya? We can get super chats now. Yes, Lord, won't he do it? Really, won't he do it? All right, let's go back.
Somebody's bitch. Somebody owned him. This was retaliatory for him spying on them and bringing information. But there's 5 of them. Very masculine energy, some female energy, altogether 5 of them. They stand like this. They stand like okay, like with a crown on their head, a cape, and like a rapper of some kind. Like, this is my posse and you're my bitch. And when they found out that he turned information, because the man that he turned information for, or did the favor for to find out the information, was working both sides of the fence.
Hmm.
So if that isn't a Libra sun issue, I don't know what is. But he literally had no idea that the guy, and I think there could have been a romantic connection because the guy used his like charms on him, but he had no idea that this guy was a hidden enemy from behind the scenes, like literally a hidden enemy. When they talk about a targeted individual, he's saying on an energy level, he was targeted too. So he was feeling them watching him. He was feeling them coming in for him. His family was feeling this. Everybody was feeling this. So it was no surprise when this happened, but it's shocking how it happened because he didn't see that part of it coming. The energy
Stormy.
that he experienced was like, just like, whoosh, and I'm out of here. Like, it was so quick and so sudden, and they couldn't take back the actions. They took, this is going to sound very fucking strange. Somebody, and this is just what I feel, what I'm getting, somebody that he was dealing with is now got like pieces of his hair, pieces of his clothing from that day, just stuff about him, and they use it to torment his family. Because I feel like somebody is suspect of what happened. It's a lot of like literally behind the scenes shit that's going on underneath that nobody is aware of. So it's very, very, very peculiar, to say the least. Anyway, that is my first video on Stephen Twitch T-Witch Boss. And I have to keep saying that because of the incantations that I'm hearing. All right, you guys. And once again, my name is Sloan from sloanbella.com.
All right, guys. So Liz, she said a whole lot. So she does have another video. What I'm gonna do, I will be back probably a little later on, and we're going to go ahead and watch that video as well. So guys, I got some homework for y'all to do. Come on. First of all, let's get them likes up. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you share the video. We are going to be going live, so make sure you are subscribed and hit your bell. If you guys are already subscribed right now, subscribe, resubscribe, and hit the bell, okay? That way you know you're going to get the notifications, all right? Because we're going to do part 2 of this, and we're going to listen to what she talked about on part 2, y'all. Because a lot of the stuff that she's saying is kind of like, for me, it's kind of like filling some holes in. I'm not for sure all of this, allegedly, but we're going to get into some things. And y'all let me know what y'all think about the new setup and stuff, because I do have a new stream thing and new microphone and stuff. And can y'all hear the crowds? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have a soundboard now, y'all. We are moving on up like the Jeffersons. Y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. We're going to be doing a whole lot of reactions and stuff now because we have the right equipment. We have the right things of the things. And I just thank everybody for supporting me through all of this stuff that we've been going through. And y'all tell me what y'all want to see more of. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I thank everybody again for watching. And I will see y'all later.